Hey guys, welcome back to SEADOGS Can Fly. This is episode 19, season 4, and I've got a double header for you today. We're away from home to Millwall in the FA Cup third round before playing Manchester City's under-23s in the EFL Trophy. We've got a couple of months, actually 3 months worth of fixtures to catch up on, all of which we're using my new 4-2-4 system, so it'll be interesting to see the highlights and see how that one's coming along, and we'll be looking at a couple of players as well. Right, let's roll the intro and get into the episode itself.
12 years in that division and they're out.
Right boys, before we jump into the schedule itself, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button if you haven't done so already. That way you get to see new episodes as and when they go live, and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this one at some point through the video. That'd be much appreciated. We'll begin with a 3-2 victory at home against Tranmere. Really good result here. CORRE scoring an absolute stunner. Then Derby County, and one hell of a performance from none other than Salmon, who actually was used as the box-to-box midfielder for probably the first time this season in the new system. He managed a cross to Ryan, who arrived late to finish, and the next one was a stunner of a strike. Almost knocked the keeper into the back of the net. You're about to see that now. Boom. There you go. Pick that one out, son. Rochdale were dispatched easily 4-1, and I really enjoyed this game purely down to the amount of team goals. Salmon there again with the ball over the top to Williams, who took the ball away. The next goal, again, Williams getting on the end of a long pass from Salmon. He has played so well in that box-to-box midfielder role. Williams again finding his finishing boots. You'll see how many goals he scored in just a second, but it's very impressive indeed. And the final goal you're going to see is a Loshi wonder strike, arriving late in the full-back role from the right wing. The next set of results were really straightforward. We beat Bristol Rovers, Yeovil, Grimsby and Scunthorpe. We came up again against Tranmere away from home, this time in the FA Cup first round, and we won this game 4-1. Now, this stood out for me because of this team goal to basically get us level at 1-1. CORRE finished it all off, but it's the build-up play that I really like. We then went on to beat Fleetwood 5-0 in the Cup. Swindon, Colchester, Leyton Orient, the list goes on. I won't go through all of the results. We did lose 2-1 against Plymouth away from home, but they were second. We were playing a couple of weakened players in there, so it is understandable. We beat Rochdale 2-1, thanks to Fonseca getting in behind twice, before coming up against AFC Wimbledon. This game's notable because we went 1-0 down to begin with from a long free kick headed over the top of the goalkeeper, but Paul Bell, the big game player, turned up, scored a wonder strike to start with, and then this wonderful free kick on the 90th minute to send us packing through to the third round, which you're about to see in just a second. Southend up next. We beat them 3-1. This is the final game we're going to look at, and I just want to show you the final goal, because this is why I'm playing Saltella in the false 9 role. He drops so deep, but it's that pass, that vision and his passing to pick out Williams for the goal. You may remember, guys, that I wanted to up the personality of the squad this season. That means bringing in better young players with good personalities and better older players to influence the rest of the squad. Another young player that's come through is Patrick Gutt. We got him near the start of the season. I forgot to mention him. He's only 17 because he went straight out on loan to Morpeth Town. Looks like he's got loads of potential, got a good personality, resilient personality. We'll talk about personalities in just a second, but I really do like his mentals. I love a player with good mentals. Physicals are a bit of a worry, and the fact that I need him either as a right-sided midfielder or as a striker, and likelihood is he's probably going to struggle with both. But we'll see how he comes along. Let's have a quick look at some of the older players and see how they've done since coming in. Josh Bowler was brought in, scoring 3 goals, 3 assists to play on that left wing instead of Samba, who we feel like he's probably reached the end of his career with us, really. Unfortunately, Lucera hasn't done so well. He has scored 2 and assisted 5 from the right, but he's been more of a makeshift player. He's right-footed. I'm asking him to be an inverted winger, so he needs to be opposite-footed. isn't really going to work from the right side. CORRE has bossed it on that right side though. He's got 11 goals, 5 assists, and the guy just keeps on improving. So I think he may well be our mainstay even into next season. David Salmon, I've already mentioned him. This guy has really shocked me since coming in from the lower leagues. He scored 5 assists, but it's that long range passing that we've seen with his 14 vision and his really good teamwork. Also good technique to be able to pull it off as well. And we've seen a couple of really nice long range shots as well as volleys. Again, that's where his technique comes in. The other player we brought in to try and improve the quality of the squad is Celia. He's got a little bit worse since he's come in, which is a bit frustrating. He's got a balanced personality, which means that he's probably average in every facet of development, i.e. professionalism, determination and ambition. So I guess that's what we need to expect. He's had 8 assists though from 14 games, so he is doing the business when he is actually playing. And that's about it really for the team that you need to be updated on for now. Let's jump into the first game, and while we do that, once the game gets underway, we'll talk a bit about personalities as well. I'm going to go with my main team. Samba probably should be playing instead of Bowler based on form, but to be honest, I think Bowler could turn up in the big game, so we're going to keep him on the pitch anyway. Saltella, despite only having 4 assists and 1 goal from 15 starts, is going to get the nod just because he can turn up in games with big passes from that 16 vision. This is going to be a really tough game, guys, and playing the attacking mentality is probably going to see us get caught out away from home against a championship team in Millwall, especially with them playing so many players at the back. We've got a DMC there to deal with as well as 2 MCs. That's going to make it very hard for Saltella as our false 9 to find space and actually have an impact on the game. Talking about personalities, guys, because I said I'd mention it, I generally look for 5 main personalities when it comes to player development. That's model citizen, model professional, perfectionist, resolute or professional. Now you can go into things like your, we got a knockout, pulled hamstring. That is a fantastic start, isn't it? Wonderful. Well, that's a good start, Gale scoring, but a pulled hamstring for Josh Bowler is a nightmare. We'll get Samba on the pitch. Good start to the game in terms of play, but that is not good for Bowler, unfortunately. As I was saying about the personalities, those are the 5 I generally look for. You can also look for things like your ambitious personalities. What else is there? There's ambitious, there's determined, driven, resilience a good one as well. Basically anything that would suggest they've got good professionalism, determination or ambition. I'm about to do a guide on personalities and how they affect player development and what you need to look for in them, so look out for that on the Football Manager Stories website, because it is an area that a lot of people get confused with. Well, that was a quick first half, wasn't it? Millwall have had 0 shots, which is a bit of a weird one. Until now, CORRE brings the ball out though. The Frenchman works the ball forward. What can he do? He's got Saltella and Williams in the attack. He's going it alone. And he should have passed. That was pretty crap in fairness. He was trying to do it on his right foot, but he's not right footed. Mahoney, ball's in, Baluta scores. Bollocks. Well, that's a bit frustrating. We've had a clear-cut chance and then 2 half chances, but Millwall are level. And that is only their 2nd shot of the game. Let's tell the lads to get creative. Rather than demanding more, I think get creative doesn't put as much pressure on them, but it does give them a little bit of a boost and a kick to push on. Into the last 10 minutes, to be honest, if we can see this game out, I think that's a good result. Bring them back to the home leg, although we're not playing at home at the moment because the stadium is being renovated. We're going up to a 6,000 capacity, so we're actually playing at Scunthorpe's Stadium, which has also seen a big drop-off in our attendances, rather frustratingly. I'll say I appreciate that because I think away from home against a championship team, that is actually a good result. It gives us an opportunity to play against Millwall at home, hopefully get through to the 4th round, maybe get a little bit of money as well. Damn it, that's not what you want to see, is it? 2 to 3 weeks, in fairness, it could have been a lot worse, so we're going to be without him for the next game, but in all reality, I think Samba can do a decent job on that left wing anyway. Right, guys, we're going to come back in just a second. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to skip the Man City game. I'll tell you what the result is in just a second. We're going to watch the Millwall game because that's the biggie, that's the FA Cup. Right guys, we've just finished the Man City under-23s game. We won 2-0, 2 clear-cut chances, 4 half chances, definitely the better team by quite some way. I just want to show you a quick highlight though from in injury time as Man City are attacking us, just to show you how good Salmon actually is. Here he is picking the ball up. Watch this, he cuts inside. Look at that for a pass. Pick out Saltella, who can't do anything with the finish, but that pass is stunning. That's what you see game in, game out, that I don't get to show you very often in the highlights for the matches because they don't always lead to goals. But he has been key as a second string player for us, and he probably is going to be pushing Gale for that spot. If Gale didn't have so much potential, I'd probably be tempted to leave him out. We're going to go with this setup though. It's probably the main team we've been using all season. Samba's a little bit fatigued. Bowler having that injury is a bit of a nightmare, but we will get through the game anyway. So I think we could be playing Forest Green in the next round if we qualify, if we beat Millwall. They're going with a very similar lineup to the last game. I'm keeping faith with Williams despite him not playing very well in the first game. He missed a few chances. He's an absolute monster. 26 goals and 3 assists from 25 starts. You cannot argue with that. Right, let's encourage the lads. I'm pretty happy with the morale there. And see how we get on. Be really good to get through to the 4th round. Get a little bit more money in the bank. 7 minutes in, we've had 3 shots, all of which have been off target. And what you'll find with this... Oh, we're in. Williams. Ah, great save by the keeper. Saltella with the pass there. And again, despite him not providing the numbers, he does play a key part with passes like that. And if Williams finished all of his chances off, Saltella would actually have quite a tally on the assists. What I was about to say before we broke off is the central midfielders in this system play quite a big role. If they play well, it can create some stunning football, like you saw from Salmon in that Man City game. That's one of my main gripes. And there again, really nicely passed out wide. Again, Bell picks up the ball. He's our advanced playmaker, sprays it out to Williams. They are really the ticking piece of the puzzle. And Saltella there with the finish from Samba's cross. That was a really nicely worked team goal. Bell, the advanced playmaker, over the top to Williams. Yes, there was a little bit of a fumble in the box, but great goal in the end. Saltella peeling off into the back end of the final third, which is very hard for the defenders to pick up. And the midfielders do play that massive role. Like I was just saying, that's something that I didn't like about Nap's tactics. The midfielders seemed to do a little bit of a passive role, where they were more positional rather than actually having an influence on the game. With the new system that I've created, Concerto, I do feel like the central midfielders can orchestrate play. Like you almost saw there, Bell. But Williams comes with the follow-up. That's 2-0. Could be through to the 4th round of the FA Cup, guys. This is really great to see. Such a shame Bell's initial shot didn't go in. That'd have been a great goal if it had done. Millwall on the attack with a throw-in. First chance we're seeing for them, but it's well worked out. And that build-up from the back almost came off there. See that time and time again with this system, especially when we're up against a bigger team. I thought Millwall would have been more defensive than they have been. So while they've only got the one striker, they do seem to be pushing forward, which is opening up gaps for us to exploit. And Saltella's in. Should have done better with that. That's like a double clear-cut chance, I think. We're up to 3 now for clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, 68% possession with 15 minutes left in the first half. That is pretty good against a championship team, I think. Gale, oh, that was an awful shot. Terrible from the box-to-box midfielder. Salmon would have picked out the top corner there. And both strikers doing well today. Saltella and Williams both on the score sheet. CORRE, danger man, down the right wing. Cuts inside wonderfully. Skips another one. Crosses. Samba again. Crosses in. CORRE, header, goal. That combination we saw last season so often comes off again. Stefan CORRE with his 12th goal of the season. Playing some lovely football, guys. If you guys want to try this tactic or read up on it and listen to me blabber about how it actually works, I will leave a link for you in the description. This is available to download, so you can try it for yourselves. And that's why it's called Concerto, because some of the play you get to see with the midfield orchestrating play really is quite fluid and nice to watch. It's not one of those systems where it only relies on balls in behind or set pieces or real rigid play. It's quite fluid, a real enjoyable watch. LaCour, the Frenchman, to Bell. Bell, nice ball over the top. Kea, in, LaCour, goal! Lazio, second goal of the game for Stefan LaCour. He is on fire. Just inside the second half, another lovely work goal. You see how we've actually got 5 players there, all forming a front line, and then LaCour peeled away to pick up the centred ball. All green on the performance, guys. All green. Love to see that. Right, let's make some subs because I've got a game coming up soon. So we're going to need some players rested. Samba's probably going to have to play because remember we've got that injury to deal with. I think we'll bring Lucella on there. I might leave it at that because I think it's going to be a straight in and out with the next game. I do that quite often. We did it in the Man City game. That's what made the result even more impressive. The fact that it was a fully second string 11. Or, as I've already said, Salmon is starting to press for the first team, I think. 4-0, though, against a championship team at home. And getting that 1-1 draw away from home, where really we were quite unlucky. Defending quite deep there, surprisingly. We're not meant to be doing that. Fantastic performance from the lads, this. There's only 15 minutes left. Hopefully we should see the game out. I think I might just praise them. That'll give them a little bit of a boost. And hopefully avoid them being complacent. Go on, Williams. Baluta to Thompson. Thompson. Mendes Lang. Well intercepted by Lucera, off the bench. Poor tackle. Is he in behind? Good cross. Yes, LaCour. Hat-trick. Hat-trick hero. Stefan LaCour. This guy is an absolute legend in my lower league save. What a player. It's a shame that he's not going to last all the way through to the Premier League with us. He's not got the potential for that, I'm afraid. But scoring a hat-trick against a championship team would suggest he'll at least be good for next season. And that should be offside, I think. Yeah. Millwall now stripped into a real narrow system. They're actually a man down. Must be because of an injury. Yes, Thompson's been injured. That should be us seeing the game out. 26 shots, 12 on target, 3 clear-cut chances, 4 half chances. 5-0. Yes, Millwall are not Manchester City or Man United, but I still feel that's a bit of a giant killing for little old Scarborough Athletic. Wonderful performance. 3,500 turned out for that, so the attendance has gone up just a little bit for that match. There we go. Let's praise LaCour. Freaking legend he is. Look at that. 14 goals, 5 assists for the season. This man. What a player. Here's the League 2 table in case I forgot to show you it, guys. We're on 65 points now. That's 13 points clear of Plymouth, so we should be wrapping this up very soon. Williams has got 22 goals. He's 9 clear of the next nearest guy, and Fonseca's only 1 behind second. Average ratings speak for themselves, and there's LaCour with 90-minute dribbles. 5.48 per 90 minutes. That is exceptional. Right, boys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure when we'll come back next time, probably nearer towards the end of the season, or if the FA Cup turns into maybe a 5th round drama, we might come back for that. Again, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. It really does help the channel. Loads of links in the description, guys, that you might want to check out, like the tactic, the Atlanta tactic as well. Both could be of interest. Gonna sign off of that, guys. See you later.